Hello, welcome to the new channel. In this video, I've got my hands on a cvm v30 lite edition, and I'm going to compare it to the tried and tested, fan favourite VideoMicro. What's really useful about this, apparently it works on your camera and your smartphone, and there's a little switch so that you can change it from one to the other. Low self noise, great, it doesn't interfere with itself. It's got anti-interference built in. Let's see how it goes. The seal is now broken. Okay, we've got our instructions here. So when it says anti-interference, they are talking about this frame on top. Now, if you've ever used like a GoPro or something which has internal microphones, if you handle around those microphones, you know you get those funny little crackly sounds and stuff. Or if you have a microphone and you accidentally touch it. So basically this plastic anti-interference thing around the outside is here so that the mic is suspended in the air, and if there's any little shakes, this absorbs all those shakes and it stops this from impacting on anything so that you don't get that interference. Now by the looks of it, it looks to be fairly robust. I can see there's that switch on the back side of it there. So you can switch from a picture of a camera to a picture of what looks like a Galaxy Tab 2, but it does mean mobile phone. So there you go, audible switch, that feels quite nice. That comes off. It just comes with this, which is probably good for most environments. I would probably leave it on wherever I was. That way it absorbs all the plosives. Outside it might not do so well in high wind. This microphone is a cheap microphone, so you'd expect the build quality to reflect that. It seems, just by looking at it, it looks pretty good. It doesn't look particularly cheap or rubbish. It seems okay. And the fact that you can use it with the same cable in your mobile phone and others with just a little switch, that is really quite useful. That's quite interesting, because this is probably the closest competition to this would be the Rode VideoMicro, and they're about the same price point. I think this one does come in a bit cheaper, but the other one, you actually have to have two cables. With this, you can use the same cable in your phone as you use in your microphone, and it's quite significantly longer. So whether that improves the sound quality of my videos, because right now I'm using the VideoMicro on top of my camera right this second. I'm going to change the microphone so that we can hear how it sounds now. Now we've got the other microphone on, the new microphone, the V30 Lite. There is a Pro version which has more features, but this is the simpler version, which is just straight, put it on. All I've done is put it on, I haven't changed any settings yet, so this is just the very, very first experiment. This is what I was using before I switched, and I usually keep this big fluffy thing on top, just because it's easier that way. More like a dead mouse than a dead cat. And it has also the suspension thing here to keep it in the air. I mean, they're very similar. They both got a stretchy cable. Let's see how the sound is. So let's test the sound. This is a test of the sound of the new microphone. Is it any good? We shall see. Hi, now we're back with the Rode VideoMicro on the camera because I want to test this in my phone. So I'm going to switch it to phone mode and then plug it into my Galaxy Note. It's plugged into my Galaxy Note 9, so now let's switch to the Galaxy Note. Okay, how does this sound? I've got the microphone pointed directly at my face, and I'm speaking in the same volume I guess I was speaking in that camera, and hopefully it sounds okay. Enjoy. This is, well, it certainly was at the time, cheaper than the VideoMicro. And with the added benefit of being able to switch between your mobile phone and your camera as simply as that without having to pay another £10 or $10 to get a different cable so that it works with your phone and your camera. This is actually a really solid buy. Now, because of the length, there probably still is some good reason to get the VideoMicro. It is much smaller form factor, but with a camera like, unless you're shooting on a GoPro, that's not going to be an issue. If you're on a GoPro, maybe stick with the VideoMicro because that will get into your shot. But you know, quite impressive. Well done, Comica. I think it sounds better, which I'm surprised by. I expected it to be fine and okay. It's cheaper, it outperforms it, and it has dual purpose. This really is a great mic. So definitely worth checking out if you're in the market for a cheap microphone. This is the one to get. Obviously, there is a powered version as well, which is more expensive, but will produce, it will have a better gain, and also there's more adjustments on the back. So, I'm glad you came along for the review. Please like and subscribe if this is the sort of thing that you think you might have interest in the future, and I'll see you on the next one.